Every week, the Payne family cuts straight to the real financial story.
The one question, Bob, everyone's asking is, are we in an artificial intelligence bubble? You've been through boom and bust. What do you think?
No hype, no myths. Just what actually matters to your money.
Does feel very similar to what we experienced in the 90s. Where are we, though? Are we in 1995, 1997, 1999?
Listen to the Pain Points of Wealth on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
Listen, all you New Yorkers. Taxi!
Okay, man, we're looking around.
This is the 77 WABC minicast.
Make no mistake, under President Trump's leadership and this administration, you have the right to worship freely and safely. And if I haven't been clear already, if you violate that sacred right, we are coming after you.
We do know that Don Lemon was arrested last night in Los Angeles in the 11 o'clock hour local time. I'm told that by a source that he was in a hotel lobby on his way to an event related to covering the Grammy Awards, and that is when he was arrested by the agents and taken into custody. It is expected he will appear in court in Los Angeles this morning, and that the charges against him will be unsealed. Now, as we've been discussing, Lemon was part of a larger attempt by the Justice Department to bring charges against a number of people, some from the protesting group, last week, and that the judge had rejected that complaint against some of the individuals, including Don Lemon. He had suggested if DOJ wanted to go forward, they might want to look toward going before a grand jury. So that would follow the process that played out, where the judge did not believe that there was sufficient evidence, but if a grand jury did, then that would be the route that the Justice Department could take.
Yeah, that's what the Justice Department did. Welcome. It's Friday edition of Bo Snerdley's Rush Hour, fastest hour in media. And we have a lot going on here today. We have so many from social media. You know, Rush used to do Open Line Friday. I'm thinking like Social Media Friday. We should just go one after another. These social media people are losing it. And I don't often quote, there's a broadcaster does a lot on the internet. I'll just read you what he said in his post. He said, to every liberal calling Don Lemon's arrest an attack on journalism, quote unquote, where were you when James O'Keefe, Nick Sorter, Nick Shirley, Cam Higbee, Savannah Hernandez, Andy Ngo, Steve Baker, and many others were physically attacked, arrested, or received death threats? This is an attack on the First Amendment? No, it's not. Don Lemon broke the law. Being a journalist doesn't get you a free pass for committing crimes, plain and simple. Nobody's above the law. He says Don Lemon belongs in jail. Cry more. And there are going to be conflicting, of course, stories about that. Liberals are already having it. There was another so-called journalist that was arrested as well. It'll be interesting to see how this case plays out in the courtrooms. It was outrageous what they did. Even, what's his name? Brian Stelter, little Brian Stelter over at CNN, acknowledged that, Lemon seemed to have inside knowledge that something was going to happen. He said as much on his videos. And he walked in. So we'll see. We'll see how this goes. The DOJ has opened up a civil rights probe into the death of Alex Pretty. And, many of you recall, I said at the time, this one I have doubts about. I had doubts about it then. I have doubts about it now. I'm not saying one way or the other because I haven't seen all of the body cam videos. And even if I did, I wouldn't know what to make of them legally, whether, the agents thought that it was a threat. I think there are a lot of questions about that one that I have. But I'm also not going to condemn the agents without their day in court and say they were wrong. I don't know. And that's an honest answer. I don't know. I don't know what to think of that case. I wish I've seen the other videos of this gentleman spitting, the deceased spitting on ICE agents, kicking a tail light out of a car. Clearly, he had some issues, and clearly he wasn't Mr. Perfect, as I think it was Ana Navarro said, he's just the perfect guy, the kind of guy. Maybe not so much. Yeah. Don Lemon has said he was there all along. He was not as an activist, but as a journalist. This is what Brian Stelter said. In fact, he was saying those words and repeating that out loud when he was in the church. But he clearly knew something was taking place that day with the protesters. He told his viewers on YouTube to stay tuned because there was something about to happen. He was very careful not to have his camera crew walk into the church until there was a disruption. And then Stelter says people should go online and see it. I've seen the videos. I think that I do think that in this instance, we'll see what the law says. I believe that the evidence preponderance, he wasn't just merely acting as a journalist. In my mind, again, I'm not on the jury. I'm not tasked with deciding his innocence or guilt. However, I am glad that the Justice Department has moved forward, and let's see what kind of legal resolution there is to this. Speaking of which, America's Small Caffeinated Mom mentioned something to me. What was that team of theirs that won 16 straight something? Was it? Do you remember? There was some Indiana team that won, and she said it wasn't since the 1800s. I think it was Yale that did.
The school, the Hosers? Indiana?
The Hosers?
Indiana University?
Yeah, the Hosers. Yeah. And then she mentioned Yale, and then I thought about these Ivy League schools, and then I saw a headline today, and I don't know why it triggered me to think of that. But here's a headline, folks, for you. Historically Catholic University appoints professor who... Let me read the first 3 words again, because that gives you an idea where this story's headed. Historically Catholic University. A Catholic university, okay? Appoints a professor who calls abortion bans sexual violence. The University of Notre Dame, a historically Catholic institution, has promoted a professor the school previously criticized for saying state abortion bans are sexual violence. They've named Associate Professor Susan Osterman as the university's new director of the Liu Institute for Asia and Asian Studies. And she says it this is a Catholic university, criminalizing abortion results in irreparable harm. And then the authors of the study that she worked with said that they denied that abortions kill babies. And so she's been given a top job at a Catholic university. Out in Arizona, I'm doing other things first before we get to, there's the news in Minneapolis, as Gavin Newsom calls it. There's a Democrat Party official. I just want you to hear what this guy did. Democrat who called girls effing C's. You have to fill in the blanks there. The C word. The C word. It's a very ugly word. We're not allowed to say it on the air.
That the British use?
Yes, that the British use. That word. A Democrat Party official has resigned from his post, lost his job after he joined a mob. They were chasing 2 girls that the mob accused of all things of taking pictures with an ICE agent, with agents. This is in Arizona. Mark Holonak was the treasurer for the Democrat Party Executive Committee in Legislative District Number 12 in Arizona, captured on video, shouting at the girls. Mob is running after them. The mob claimed they took photos with United States Immigration and Customs Enforcement agents on Monday. This is all reported, and it's, I guess, going on by Red State reporter R.C. Maxwell. Stories in the Daily BS. After the video was posted, it sparked a backlash across the internet. He was screaming at the girls, "You little effing C's," as they walked through a parking lot, closed the gate behind them. They were being stalked by the mob, and he kept yelling after them, "You little effing C's."
Every week, the Payne family cuts straight to the real financial story.
The one question, Bob, everyone's asking is, are we in an artificial intelligence bubble? You've been through boom and bust. What do you think?
No hype, no myths. just what actually matters to your money.
Does feel very similar to what we experienced in the 90s. Where are we, though? Are we in 1995, 1997, 1999?
Listen to The Pain Points of Wealth on the Red Apple Podcast Network.